Right. So there's one thing that I wanted to talk to you, lovelies, about. And this is the thought process that go through a lot of people's minds, right? When it comes to healthy eating and being on this journey and training and all that stuff, right? I get people, sorry, my kids in the background. I get people messaging me and, they can spend a good 10, 15 minutes talking about how they're not losing weight, what they have tried, the kind of exercises they're doing, the amount of cardios they're doing, the fact that they've cut out carbs altogether, but it is not happening, right? Why it's not happening? And then we have this conversation about, right, what have you tried before and stuff like that. And often it's, I had a nutritionist before, or a coach before, or a trainer before, and I had a meal plan, and it worked great. I lost weight, right? And then something happened, I couldn't stick to the meal plan, and I gained all the weight back. Or it could be, I tried something like keto and it worked great, I lost all the weight, but then I couldn't stick with it, I gained all the weight back. And you have this, there is always this pattern, right, that people tend to go through, that people think is necessary to lose weight and be healthy. And the pattern is usually restriction, right? A lot of people seem to think that they need to have this unique meal plan, like this magical meal plan that has the exact number of calories that I need, the exact amount of protein, carbohydrates, fats that I need, right? This exact specific number. And if I eat these foods, just these unique foods, my weight loss problems are going to be over, right? Restriction is the problem, right? You go on keto, you're cutting out a whole food group out there. Gone. Right? Now, realistically, how long do you think you are going to be able to stick with it? Some people can, of course, right? Isn't cutting out carbohydrates, or being on a keto diet, because these are two separate things, by the way. There's reduction in carbohydrates and being in keto. Being in keto is under 50 grams of carbohydrates. That's keto. That is super, almost non-existent carbohydrates, right? Like, how long do you think you're going to be able to go without having carbohydrates, right? Are you going to lose weight? Heck yeah. You're cutting out a whole food group. Chances are you're going to lose weight. Why are you losing weight? Not because it's keto, right? Because you're eating less calories. Because a lot of the junk foods that we consume, yeah, they are carbohydrates. Not because the carbohydrates are bad, but it's the type of carbohydrates that we tend to normally consume, right? They tend to be the higher calorie ones. So if you naturally cut out carbohydrates, you cut out those high calorie foods. So yes, you're going to lose weight, right? But how long can you sustain? I mean, we have research, right? We have research, and we see that after the first few months or a year of being on keto, carbohydrates intake starts to creep up. It naturally creeps up without even you realizing, because it is hard to sustain. Research has been done on this over and over and over again. So, and then if we look at meal plans, right? You have a mom who's really busy with work, busy with the children, busy with the house, busy taking care of kids and everything else, right? She hasn't even got time to look after herself, yet we want a meal plan. What does a meal plan involve? Involves weighing your food, involves cooking food that is totally separate from what the rest of your family is going to eat, right? involve being restrictive. It means you can't plan your day depending on how your day is going. You may go out, you may be invited to other people's houses. What are you gonna say? Oh, I can't eat that food because it's not in my plan, right? Again, something that is hard to stick with. So many of us make this journey a lot harder than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be difficult. It is not difficult. Lots of people are losing weight, right? And even bigger part is maintaining that weight because they don't stick to these ridiculous eating styles that they are super hard to maintain, super hard to achieve, super hard to stick with, especially if you're a busy person. It doesn't need to be, right? And yeah, you are gonna have to have some resistance in your flexibility. So we call that flexible resistance in your eating style. Like you can't sit and eat all the cake in the world that you want, clearly, right? Sorry, my kids in the background, right? There has to be some resistance there, but it's flexible. You can plan for it, you can organize for it, as opposed to having this restrictive meal plan that tells you exactly what to have for breakfast, what to have for lunch, what to have for dinner, and the exact amounts, and what to have for snacks, and that is it. The majority of us don't need meal plans. If you're a competitive athlete who needs to be like in single digit body fat for a competition, then yeah, you need a meal plan, right? If you're an endurance athlete who needs to eat a certain way or closer to the performance day or something, that yeah, they could do with a meal plan, right? But for the majority of us who are just trying to be healthy, who are just trying to be fit, who are just trying to feel good in our skin, who are just trying to have energy, who are just trying to lose some weight, we don't need a meal plan. Especially not a restrictive ones, because you can't stick with it. So if you've been on a diet before that allowed you to lose weight, brilliant, right? But if you gain that weight back, then you can't say that worked. It didn't work because you gained the weight back. As I've said before, gaining a couple of kilos or 2-3 kilos here and there, it is normal. It is a part of life. Like I said, we go away on holiday and stuff like that. We have fun, we have families around and things like this. Totally normal. Weight maintenance doesn't mean your weight is going to stay still forever and ever. No, there are going to be fluctuations, but the fluctuations aren't massive. Do you know what I mean? And again, all this comes down to understanding nutrition. Wouldn't you love to understand nutrition to a level where you control what you're eating? Why do you need someone else to tell you what to eat? You choose what you're eating and what you don't want to eat, what you want to have depending on your day and your circumstances and your lifestyle, and still allow you to get to your goals. But the only way for you to be able to do that is to understand nutrition, understand the basics, and build behaviors around this. Okay, sorry, I'm going to have to go because I think my kids are killing each other. All right, ladies, if you have any questions, any queries, you want to chat about this stuff, I'll put comments down. The live is going to be on tomorrow as normal, 6 p.m. So if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer, pop them in the group and I shall get back to those. All right, I will talk to you ladies soon. Bye.